good, everybody? It's your boy Steve.
It's your boy Sheldon.
And we are back with another one. Slow It Down, episode 5.
Slow it down.
Man, what's good? What's good? We haven't talked to you in a minute. We've been gone for a little bit, took a little bit of a hiatus, but we back. Better than ever.
Back like crack.
Yeah, man. We took a little break, but we good right now. So you want to get into details about what happened?
Yeah,
what was going on?
Yeah, so the reason why we took a little break, I had COVID. So, just wanted to stay away, make sure everybody's good. But we back, we negative, you know what I mean? We bought the ginger, the garlic,
home remedies,
the sea moss,
the Caribbean all that stuff. Oh, you got the sea moss?
Yeah, man.
Sea moss be working, right?
Yeah, bro. Man, we took all that, man. Had the orange peel,
Oof.
put a little Jamaican rum with that.
Oof.
Had the, lemon peel, all that, man. So we fought that bitch off, man.
Damn.
COVID, you fought COVID off, man. So
no antibiotics.
Nah. Yeah, I took a few. My mom was a nurse, so yeah, she gave me a few. My brother too gave me a few as well. But no vaccine though.
Yeah, that's good, man.
No
you thinking about taking it?
Nah, I'm good. I'm past on that. You
got any reason why? You don't gotta get into detail.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, for me, it's more of a wait and see thing. Because I got older family members. I don't want them to get sick because of me, but it's a wait and see thing for me. So
see how it responds to other people. Then you might take it.
Niggas start tripping out, and I don't want that.
I feel like a lot of people like that. They wait to see like how it's gonna work on everybody else and then go. So it's kind of like that.
But for good reason too,
For sure.
The government fucking shit up, man. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, we took a couple weeks off. We had to, get healthy, get back on track. Yeah, get right. Then we had some technical difficulties on the last episode we tried to record, which was a really good episode. I felt like, but it just didn't work out because of
the Zoom, man. Zoom was messing us up. Like we did an episode over Zoom, and that really messed us up. And it's really like the lagging. It was real bad, but the episode is gonna come. You mentioned Sense and Name a few times.
Yeah.
The episode will come.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a special guest for you guys coming up. I won't get into too much detail about that episode, but that one is coming with a future superstar. Yeah. Superstar in the making.
Yeah, she like Jesus, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, they say, Jesus coming. She eventually gonna come.
One day.
He'll try to get you, last week, but she gonna come one day.
Yeah, man. So what we talking about today, man? What we talking about?
It's a few things. A
few big things.
We're gonna start off with the book. You're gonna get into some other stuff as well. Yeah,
some rap culture. Some big things happen in music this week. Sure. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to jump into how to get wealthy for the black community, man. My boy Sheldon is an official published author.
Yeah, that's what you calling me now?
Mr. Published.
Oh, man.
Yo, man, show him the book, man.
I'm about to blush. I'm too black to blush. I'm about to blush.
Get purple.
Yeah, it's a book right here. Oh, pop it up on the video.
So,
right here.
The Guide to Black Wealth. That's what it's called. Oh, he dropped it.
I'm messing up.
He's fucking it up. It's all right. But the book is called The Guide to Black Wealth. You want to talk about it a little bit, man?
So... this book is, it was really a problem that I was seeing, especially in the black community, with a lot of people not being wealthy, and we kind of noticed this to be true, like common knowledge, like people color or poor, kind of thing, which is not fully true, but I saw this one stat before I wrote the book, and it kind of gave me the idea to write the book, and it said that the average black person by the year 2053, which is like 32 years from now, is going to be financially dead. And what we mean by that is like they're going to have a zero net worth. So the average black person is going to have $0 of net worth, So
wow.
I was just like, yo, that needs to be
what's the net worth now?
What's the net worth now? The average net worth right now is $24,000
for a black family.
Right.
Wow.
Right, for every like black person on average, the worth is $24,000.
And I was reading in your book, I know you mapped out the net worth for each
Right,
race for their
yeah.
family? You know some of them off the top of your head, just to give some
The white
information?
family is 10 times more,
Jeez.
right? So, if the, black family is 24,000, I think the white family is like over 200,000. And every other group is, above us as well. So, I kind of seen like the problem of us spiraling the wrong way and, following wrong trends and, getting caught up in credit card debt, loans, student loan debt. And, I just wanted to like really give a guide on like how to get on the right path to wealth, you know?
So is that what the book is? Is just a guide to wealth?
Yeah, that's really what it is. I mean, is really for everyone, but I just wanted to like specifically talk to like black people in this
Black
one.
communities.
Like this is the guide to black wealth. You want to get wealthy, like get on it. If you want to be broke by 2053 and have the average black person have zero net worth, be financially dead, like, keep on doing what you're doing.
Do what you're doing. Buy them J's. Keep buying them J's.
For real. Like if you're doing the right things, like, financially,
right,
like keep on going for it. And I know I mentioned the word net worth a few times, but to calculate your net worth, like it's basic, formulation. Like you take everything you owe, meaning like your loans, credit cards,
debt, whatever,
debt, etc., and you subtract that by everything you own. So if you own a house, you own say stocks, you own other real estate assets, things of that nature. You take that, you subtract that, and that should give you a net worth.
Right. That's good. What do you think? Where do you see like this going? Like I know you already projected it for the black family to be at $0 by 2053, but like just like really quickly, what do you think people can do in order to prevent that from happening without getting into too much detail?
Right. Well, the research is before COVID. So like the research I had like available to me was before COVID. So that number is probably going to accelerate.
Right.
So it's probably going to happen before 2053, really.
Because of things like unemployment right now is going on.
Because this past year has really like, affected our community the most drastic. So it might accelerate to even happen even sooner. But, to answer your question, like, what are you saying, things they need to do?
Right.
To, like,
so like
to,
what
like,
are some steps that people can take? I know you mentioned
definitely like, I wrote down in the book. Like first thing is just like, like sitting down and like having like sort of like a vision of like where you want to be. Like, be clear with your goals. Like where do you want to be in the next 20, 30 years from now?
Right.
And like really setting out the vision, because like, before anything, you got to see where you're going before you go there. If you don't know where you're going, then that's dangerous because you could go anywhere, good or bad. Then after that, like you definitely like once you have the vision clear, sort of like you having a map, and after that the numbers, everything else becomes a number game. If you want to, in 20 years from now you want to have $1 million, right, in assets, like once you have that goal, the rest of it is just numbers, right? That's gonna come down to I need to make or I need to like have my net worth increase by $50,000 a year to get to, $1 million.
Right, my goal. Yeah.
In 20 years, really. So like once you have that vision, the rest of it is just numbers. But, after that, you want to get on a budget. 2, you want to pay off debt. 3, you want to have some money in the savings account for emergencies. 4, you want to start investing. The main ways to invest through your your jobs, 401k, 403b, whatever it is, and then go from there. Like 5, step 5 is like saving for college. Step 6 is saving for the house, and then step 7, which I detail in the book, is really like buying black and shopping in your own community and not giving your community dollars away.
Right. Why is that so important to you? To like in general, like, why is that?
To me, is important because right now we only spend about 2% of our income, disposable income, on black-owned business. The rest of it is going to other,
right, other avenues,
races,
other
and
ventures,
other people outside of our community. So that's that's a big problem. Some of us, we probably just don't notice it, but something that we need to do. Like, for sure, like spend more of our money with our own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all of this is detailed more so in the book. He's just like running through everything right now to give you guys a heads up of what it looks like. I picked up the book about a week ago, and I've been reading it on and off. But one of the things that I really love about the book is very short. It's about 60-something pages, I think.
About 100. So.
No way.
There's
no way. Where's the book at?
It's right here, bro.
Ain't no fucking 100 pages.
Scroll to the back.
Shit, okay, maybe I left off at like 60 some shit, bro.
That's the page you left off.
All right, yeah. I got, like,
but the book probably feels short for I purposely wrote this book short because we live in an era now that people want information as quick as possible, digestible, and not nothing like because I've read a bunch of financial books, and something I always like hate about some of these financial books I've read is a bunch of fluff around the purpose. Like,
what makes yours different than those books?
Because I just get straight to it, man. Like, I'm not playing around with the fluff. I'm just getting straight to it, and I give you like real actionable steps for you to actually get yourself on this guide. Get yourself on this path.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes from the book is you ask the question, why didn't you learn about this in school, right? So he's giving you all this knowledge for free right now, right? So why don't we learn about this in school? Why don't our teachers teach us this? And as teachers, right, we ask ourselves this all the time, like, why aren't we allowed to teach this kind of curriculum in school? And one of the quotes that you brought up that I found was just like mind-boggling, but it's really simple. The reason is simple as this: if the lion taught the zebra how to get away from the lion. If the lion taught the zebra how to get away from it, the lion would eventually become extinct, right? So if you teach me how to get away from you, I no longer, I serve no purpose to you anymore, right? So it's the same thing with the government. If you teach me how to get rich, I don't need the government anymore, essentially. So I mean, that's why we don't teach this type of curriculum in school,
right?
I mean, which is kind of unfortunate, but
yeah, I mean,
it is unfortunate.
I mean, you go to high school, college, and then you get a job, and then after the first week or two, whatever, you get your first paycheck, and you don't know what to do with it.
Right. Nobody tells you how to save it.
Taxes come out, you're not sure what taxes are.
I still don't know what taxes are.
You're not sure what to do with your money. You pay a little rent, you do, you get fresh, you get fly. You don't know how to budget. The job's probably saying, "Oh, sign up for this 401k." You're not sure what that is.
Right.
What is a 401k? What is what is retirement? And you got to ask why? If school's preparing you to get a job and be successful, why aren't they teaching you about how to handle your money and what to do with your money? You
remember what you spent your first check on? The first check you earned?
Man, I remember my first job was working at Burger King. This is when I was 16, 17. I got $500 after working 2 weeks. Shit.
That's not too bad.
Nobody couldn't tell me that $500 wasn't 10,000.
Yo, felt like 10,000.
You feel what I was saying? Felt like 10,000. I went straight to BX Sports by Pelham Parkway, and I bought Air Max 95s and some foam posits.
Oh shit.
I remember getting some food.
That's the whole check right there, bro.
Yeah, I had a little bit more, a little, a little finesse, I had to talk me down. Got some little food, and I bought this video game. What video game was it again? But anyway, I bought a video game. I don't know if it's Def Jam Vendetta. I forget which game it was, but yeah. So that's really what it was, sneakers,
video games,
food, and. It was so crazy that after that, I had to ask my homeboy, because I ran out of money. I had to ask my homeboy for money for me to go on the train. So I go to work.
Damn.
The next day.
But that's not your fault, right? I mean, you didn't know. You didn't know better. You didn't know that. Damn, I need some money to get to work, bro.
It felt good though.
Damn, but that's how it is because that's the lack of education that we don't have, right? We don't have that education. With money, right? You get a check, all right, cool. What am I supposed to do with this check? This is my money. For the first time in my life, this is my money. Right. I don't know what to do with it. So, I mean, this book kind of details what to do.
Yeah. That's why it's called the guide to black wealth.
The guide to black
it's called
wealth
that for a reason. And I went kind of like, in the beginning back and forth, like what to name it, what not to name it. And like, I'll just like, to hell with it. Like, it's called the guide to black wealth.
Right. Simple, straight to the point.
Yeah.
How did the process like come about, like making a name and, creating the book?
Be honest with you, my girl, she was in the hospital. One day, whatever. This is like back in like October. And I was like outside in my car, and I was just like sitting back waiting. I was listening to this podcast called The Black Earth Renaissance, and I was just thinking like, I want to write a book. Like I need to write a book because I've been thinking about it for a while, and I just like wrote the layouts of it. Back in October, I just wrote the layout of it, the chapter, what I want to write in the chapter, all that stuff, and I sat on I sat on it for a few weeks, and then I just started writing. I did my research, looked up everything, and I just started writing, man. And for me to write the book took me about 2 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah, I really just went in. I was just like, every day, like I was just writing. I took my time and like, I wrote the book. Got it done. There's actually there's actually also too ebook version and audiobook. So I actually, recorded the audiobook too.
And what was that process like?
Oh my God, that was hard,
frustrating?
Bro. That was frustrating. Because you got to like say every word right, correct. If you mess up, you got to start over
correctly,
different sections. So like it was hell. Like that was the hardest part. But other than that was like that took me about like 5 days to do. I was just really going in. But the hardest, but writing the book, like a few challenges, which is really, my first time writing a book. So like I had to reach out to a few people. There's one dude, called Foreign State of Mind. He told me to start with the end in mind. And, that's what I started with, when it comes to like actually writing it out.
What was the end for you?
Well, the end for me was really, I wanted, make this book like kind of like a cycle. So in the ending, when you get there, like, I'm going to say that, once you start buying in your community for your community, it's going to be, you kind of like giving back, you even donating to certain causes. That cycle of once you get to the guide and you get to the top, like once you get there, you're now starting the guide for someone else to get to. So it's always gonna be like a cycle, right?
Okay, and that's how you circulate black dollars,
right? That's how you keep on circulating the dollar. Gotcha, and another thing too, another fascinating, I won't say fascinating that way, but like it was kind of disturbing, like research that I found, like we talk about different cultures and communities, like the Jewish community, for example, like they keep their dollar circulating in their community for 28 days on average.
Wow.
Every dollar circulates in the community for 28 days on average. White communities, I think it was 16 days. And other communities, like more days. In our community, black community, it was 6 hours.
6 hours.
6 hours, man.
6 hours. So what does that mean to the community, right? So explain what, like, keeping the dollar within.
It could go back to what I said earlier about when I got paid, when I first got my first paycheck. Right? Think about that. Like, most of the money went to sneakers, right? That went outside of the community, really. I went to a Jamaican restaurant that was inside of our community. Dollars went straight to our community.
Right.
And I bought the game that was outside of our community. So it's kind of like that. And, if you compare 6 hours, the dollar circulating for 6 hours compared to other communities where it's 28 days.
Right.
That's a long time.
Mind-boggling.
That's crazy.
6 hours.
Wow. So I feel like we need to be more deliberate on where and who we spend our money with.
Why do you think it's so low? Why do you think there's such a discrepancy between, let's say, the Jewish community, right? We're assuming that's the highest one is 28 days.
Yeah.
And then the lowest one is 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right. So why do you think it's that big of a gap in terms of time?
I think it's ownership is a big one. You know what I mean? Like, I have friends, I've heard people say this, you know, I run the block. I run the block. Yeah, but you don't own it. You know what I mean?
Jay-Z line, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah, for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't own the block, but you talk about running the block, you know? So it's really like a lack of ownership. You know what I mean? We go to the delis, is, you know, different people outside of our culture. We go to the Korean store to buy Caribbean, right, spices and food.
Right. You never think about that stuff.
Going from people outside of our culture, giving our money to, and so on and so forth. So, you know, we stand in front of delis and laundromats and, you know, grocery stores that we claim we run in that area, but we ain't got no ownership on that area. So
they just run in us.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you basically became a slave on your own block.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
So you mentioned one of the hardest parts was recording it for the audio side.
Yeah.
Was there any other like things that stood out to you in terms of the process of making the book? Any other like frustrations you had or struggles? Like, did everything flow?
Yeah, my kind of biggest struggle, honestly, was like you know, you kind of talk different from when you write. So like when I'm like saying in my head and writing it, like I had to go back and reread it. Like, yo, this sounds different. Like, I'm like, yo, I don't sound like the way I don't write the way how it sounds sometimes. So like I had kind of like a struggle with that. I've never really noticed that before.
Right.
You know, to write in the book, you know, you write and then you want to reread and look back and, you know, go forward. You know, also another struggle like is talking about family on this one. You know, I spoke a little bit about my uncles. And that was just kind of hard for me because, like, you know, I never really spoke about, like, you know, family in that way before.
It's a sense
but
of
at the same time
vulnerability.
too, like, you know, I wanted to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
For myself and for my audience as well. It's like, you know, I'm not talking from a perspective where I'm better than you and something like that. I'm talking from a perspective like I want to help you.
Right. I can relate to you.
Yeah. Like, you know, me be super real right now. Like, you know, like, I don't, like, when it comes to, like, you know, making money off the book or something like that, I don't care about that. Like, I don't have to make $1 from the book. Let's be real. Like, I want the readers to get the book and apply the principles and knowledge from the book. Period. You know what I mean? Like, so a group of friends could come and y'all can put your money together, get the book, and y'all could just, I don't even care, you know, read it. Take the principles, start applying to your life, pass it to the next person and do the same. And, you know, keep that cycle rotating.
Right.
You know, because right now we at war, economically, amongst other stuff. And I just chose to, like, really, like, bring a solution to the economic path. And, you know, the guide to black wealth is your solution economically.
Right. And just, like you said, circulating the dollar within the black communities is the higher goal. Right. So whether you make money off this book or not it don't matter. The point.
I don't care.
The point is to pass knowledge to somebody else and then have them pass that knowledge on and have them pass the knowledge on in order to circulate that black dollar that lasts more than 6 hours.
Right, for sure. I mean, you know, like, even think like on an entertainment level, you know, a lot of rappers that complain about money is the ones who didn't have ownership. You know, start talking about them talking about owning their masters.
Right. And that's something we talked about a lot.
Trying to, you know, we see a lot more trying to own their own record company.
Right. The J. Cole's and the Kendrick Lamar's and the Drake's.
Right, exactly. So, like, that's like them setting up their own ownership, whereas like, you know, it's kind of like in a way, them circling the black dollar too.
Right. Where they don't have to work for somebody else, right? They're not anyone else's slave. That's the goal, right? To work for yourself, to have people work for you.
Yeah.
Right. I know you mentioned your family in here a couple times, and then towards the end as well. What was the biggest support system that you had for writing this book?
Honestly, my biggest support system was my girlfriend.
Talk about it.
Actually wrote the book in her house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the book in her house. I just had my laptop over there, and I'll just go over there and just write, because like I kind of just like isolated myself in our house. And I just really found my zone, and, you know, I just went in. She'll, you know, bring me tea, bring me water, and, you know, all that good stuff, food.
It's a keeper.
And yeah, she's definitely a keeper now. And I just wrote, you know what I mean? Like, and, you know, I had to read some things while while I was writing, just to get like a little check here and there. See how it sound, if it was too much, too harsh, or not so much. And she was really there, like, to help me write this book.
Yeah. I mean, you've mentioned her a couple times on the show, man. I met her a couple times. She sounds amazing. Yeah. And definitely, like, to have somebody push you in any venture that you're in, right? Not just writing books or
right, for sure.
Anything that we're doing. Definitely need people in our corners to support us with that. But yeah, I mean, just like trying to wrap up the book. You talked about the purpose of the book, right? It's a higher power than actually making money off it. Is to make money in the community. So like, what do you expect, like, going forward from people? Have you gotten like any feedback so far?
Yeah, I've gotten feedback. This one lady told me she cried at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she told me she cried towards the end.
What? From a finance book?
Yeah, like, it's different.
That's how you know it's a little bit different. It's a little in depth.
It's a little different. So like that. Also, like, this other lady told me, she said, because of your book, like, I she was like, I started investing. She was investing 5% of 401k. She started investing 15% of 401k.
Oof.
And from research I've done, the easiest way for you to become a millionaire, net worth wise, is by your retirement fund and your house. So if you own a house and invest in your retirement, those are your easiest ways to become wealthy. So, yeah.
What do you? Can you explain that a little bit more in depth about owning a house?
So you own a house, right? Say for instance, you buy this house. You buy a house for $400,000, right?
Right.
And every month you have a mortgage. You paying it off. You're building equity, right? So the house value, from the actual amount you owe on the mortgage. So say after 5 years, you bought the house for $400,000. You have $300,000 left on your house. The house is worth $400,000, for example, right? 400 for 300 for 400, that's 100,000. So you're worth $100,000 based on your house, right? Same time, you keep on investing your 401k, that money keeps on adding up after a while. And the value of it keep on going up that way. The reason why those two things are the number one indicators of you becoming like wealthy is because is on automation. Like, meaning, like, it's automatic. You don't think about it really,
right?
When we get your paycheck, you don't really think about the retirement money coming out, the 401ks, the 403bs, whatever it is. You don't really think about it, so it's easier for you to do it if you have something on automatic. Your house payment, you're just paying the house. You're not really thinking about the equity. Yeah. Like, you're just paying off the house because, like, it's another bill. And once you keep on going that way, that's it. Like, I have people even hit me up, like, I know there's one person that I put on with with investing. Like, she opened a Robinhood account, and she might have I think about $2,000 in a Robinhood account. She checks this account daily, but she has a retirement account that has like $100,000 in it, and she don't check that at all. Oof. Maybe once a year she checks it. Damn. And that's what I'm talking about, the big difference between you actually actively, you actually actively invest in your Robinhood investment account. You have to actually, put the money in and then actually buy the stock. Like, that's more like business, they call it friction, like, because you have to do more, right, to get there. You think about your retirement, like, you're not thinking about it, you're not looking at it, you're not seeing it. Yeah.
Damn. That's gems. That's some free gems. All right, man. While we're closing up the book, anything else you want to add to it?
This book is it. Like, I'm not trying to, like, toot my own horn, nothing like that. I don't sound cocky, nothing like that. I'm just gonna say what it is. If you want to get your financial self right, get the book. It's gonna lead you. It's called A Guide to Black Wealth, and it's gonna be a guide to wealth. Period. Yeah. This is gonna get you in the right space. It's kind of thing you just gotta read. Apply the knowledge, understand it, and just go from there, really. And you kind of reap what you sow. So don't let that go over your head. Like, there's Friday coming up, right? think about how much money you're gonna spend on happy hour coming this Friday, especially now that New York City at least
opening up.
Everything's opening up, man. Like, we got 25% capacity, so people are already dying to go happy hour, buy bottles and food, have a good time. But if you really want to do better, you just got to invest in yourself. Right. Period. So I made the book short for a reason, to the point for a reason. Like, I feel like the book is like, it's just the principles are there, and it's really like you could take the knowledge from reading it right there and then apply it to your life. Yeah.
Right. Just to add on to it, like I said, I've been reading the book a little bit here and there. Everything is very, very easily digestible. Even the financial literacy is not difficult to understand whatsoever. He lays everything out, right? It's plain as day. It's clear as day. And everything is right there at your fingertips. There's no talking in riddles. There's no, you buy this book, you have to buy part 2 or something like that. No, everything is right there for you. He's giving you gems, based almost for dirt cheap, really. And like he said, he's not trying to make $1 off this book. That's not the point of it. The point of it is to circulate the black dollar, right? And not just black dollars, but circulate your own dollars within your own communities.
And honestly, to be real true, like, if you buy the book, there's a chapter, I think it's chapter 2, I believe. Actually tell you how to save money. So, like, you can honestly, like, you buy the book, you read the, chapter 2. I talk about, changing your cell phone plan. Talk about, tell you change which banks to go to.
Right. It's little things. It's always little
stuff
things,
like that. Yeah. If you apply that to your life, like, in 1 month, you get your money back. Like, honest with you. And, yeah.
That's how it is, man. All right. So jumping to our next segment. This is a new segment that we wanted to bring to you guys. It's called Speed It Up or Slow It Down. So it's kind of a play on our actual name, Slow It Down Podcast. So this is a pretty quick fire segment where we talk about certain topics where either we speed it up, whether that topic lasts a minute or less. And then if we slow it down, it's a topic that we actually want to digest and get into.
So if you bring up the topic, let's see, man robs a store. What are you going to say? If I say, man robbed the store, you want to talk about that? You going to say speed it up, slow it down?
Yeah, let's speed it up, man. That's quick, man. This is a quick time. Cool.
So he's going to tell you a little bit about it.
Yeah, we'll like really just like give you what it is and then move on from that. But if it's like a bigger story, if it's something that we're interested in, and then we're
So say it's like J. Cole's dropping a new album Friday.
Yeah, that's a whole episode.
What you gonna say?
That's a whole episode.
What you gonna say though?
We slowing it down, man.
Slow down,
man. Yeah, that's 2 episodes. Yeah. Can't wait for that day.
Cold
world. But all right, so let's hit the first topic. The AMC movie theaters are opening up in New York City on March 5th, I believe. What do you think about that?
All right, speed it up.
Speed it up, man. Real quick. That's about it, right? So movie theaters are opening back up. I don't think anybody's going to really like go to the movies anytime soon. I mean, it's cool that they're opening up.
It's getting warm out.
It is getting warm out. Actually, like movie theaters.
Easy date?
Yeah, easy date. I was going to bring that up, man. Like movie theaters back in my day, like 10, 12 years ago, that was the easiest date, man. Like, yo, shorty, what you doing, man? Let's go to the movies, bro. Like,
let's go.
That's it, man. Yeah, you didn't have to do nothing. You don't have to get dinner. You don't have to talk to the person if you're not very like confident in yourself. Right. And then you get a good movie out of it, So I see it for the younger people. It's cool, but for the old people, I mean,
so
not necessary.
AMC, 25% capacity, I believe. March 5th, yeah.
March 5th.
At least in New York City, like that's the.
Yeah. So if you're a movie lover, this is good news for you. They're opening back up.
All right, cool. That's cool. So next topic, we got Bobby Shmurda.
Bitch. Bobby Shmurda.
Speed it up or slow it down?
Man, we slowing it down for this one a little bit.
Slow it down.
Man, but man, Bobby coming out, man, after 6 years.
Wow.
6 years. Damn, that's crazy. That was
time. 6 years
in 2021. That was what 2015, 2014, around there. That's crazy, man. So I mean, everybody already knows the story behind Bobby.
You said earlier he did 6 years, 6 months.
Yeah,
2 days. You said. I think you said. Yeah, you said something like that.
Let me pull it up.
It's that's crazy. Like we start thinking about like 6 years ago. 6 years is a long time, and like it just shows you how sometimes life could just fly by.
Yeah. So just to give you guys some background information, Bobby Shmurda, Rowdy Rebel, who got out 2 months ago. and Flea Montana pled guilty to second-degree criminal possession of a weapon and fourth-degree conspiracy. So none of them snitched, right? I think that's the best thing.
That was big, yeah.
Right. And obviously gun charges are super difficult. I mean, like, niggas are still going through. Lil Wayne's still going through gun charges. Like,
no, you got pardoned. So
I mean, yeah, he did get pardoned. But I mean, Roddy's coming back. Not Roddy. Bobby's coming back. To fan welfare. He's coming back to love, man. Why do you think he's coming back to love?
I mean, I think it's like a big contrast between him and Tekashi 6ix9ine, where he snitched and he's not getting that kind of love, and I feel like
where he has to like force that love.
Yeah, they just see like Bobby Smurder and Roddy Rebel as real loyal guys, and I feel like it's part of the culture too, like where they really celebrate, and I'm kind of so happy to see Quavo pick up Bobby Smurder in a jet.
Yeah, that was dope. That was, came out with the rolling and the gold links and everything. Yeah. I was like, okay, man, they treating him good.
And I think Young Thug had got Rebel a chain when he got out. They I think he gave him like $100K cash.
Also said he had deals for both of them when they came out.
Look at that, so it's really like the community taking care of the community. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Circulating the black dollar, man.
For real.
But now that he's out, what do you think he's gonna do next?
Shoot, I mean, his whole mentality might be different. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about like somebody spent time for like 6 years. So like, he got. I feel like he got to find himself.
Especially in this time, right in this era.
Because like, how old is he? But him spending like so much time in prison, like jail, whatever. Like, you may come out a different person. I mean, you think about like even regular people living, like like, you're not the same person you was 6 years ago, right. Especially going through such drastic changes. Like you're not gonna be the same person. Like, you can't expect to be the same person. So I feel like, to answer that question, I feel like kind of soul searching and see, like, find out who I am as a person, and then I think eventually you're gonna get back to music. I don't know how quick you're gonna get to music. Maybe a few weeks, a month or so, he might drop something because Rowdy Rebel dropped something. Yeah. But I don't know. Let's see. Man, it should be interesting.
Yeah, he's only 26. To answer
26. Damn. So you went to prison at 20.
Yeah, it really does change your mindset, man. Because my mindset as 20 was totally different than what it is right now.
For sure.
And I'm only 27 now, so.
For sure.
But everything evolves. Everything changes, and I was living in the outside world, right? He was living in jail.
Right. Prison. So much change. Think about 2014. Like social media is different. You know what I mean? Like,
Facebook is no longer a thing. Well, I mean, I guess it is.
Facebook is a thing. Yeah.
Not for the young people.
Facebook owns Instagram.
Man. But yeah, even like TikTok and stuff like now, like everything is a different vibe right now. Yeah. But I think he's gonna chill for a little bit.
The way people consume music is different.
Streaming.
Right. Think about streaming. Like, that's a big thing.
Right. Streaming wasn't popping back then. Right. Like as much as it is now.
Like the streaming wars. Really?
Spotify and Apple and all that.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, we're streaming now. So it's not like physical music, albums, and just digital.
I think he'll be good though, man, because he got so much love around him.
Yeah.
I want to just jump down to Meek Mill, like, just because their stories kind of are similar in the fact that when they both came out, Meek was surrounded by all this love. And support by not just the black community, but a lot of members in the white community, a lot of high achieving white people, right? Like Robert Kraft, owner of the Patriots.
Right, the owner of the 76ers.
Both billionaires, right? So you're looking at that now and then how far he's come and what he has done and what he hasn't done. It's kind of like, damn, I hope Bobby don't like go down that same path. Because I feel like Meek right now is like the hip hop police where he's trying to check everybody. And I don't know. I don't think it's a good look. I've never thought it's a good look for him with his Twitter fingers and shit. It's just like,
yeah, Meek just pick and choose who he wants to get at.
The whole beef with 6ix9ine right now, and then he had the
academics issue.
The academics issue, and then he dropped the bar about Kobe.
Oh Lord, yeah.
So, I mean, what you doing, Meek?
We gonna slow down on Meek right now.
Let's slow down on Meek, man.
Slow down on Meek real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
so the bar he said against Kobe, which I know you're loading up the exact bar right now, but he said something like, if I go out, I'm going out with a chopper. I'll be another Kobe, something like that.
Right. Very very tasteless. Very disrespectful. Let me see where it is. And then even Vanessa Bryant came out, Kobe's now widowed wife, but she came out with her displeasure in it. She said, "Dear Meek Mill, I find this line to be extremely insensitive and disrespectful, period. I am not familiar with any of your music, but I believe you can do better than this. If you are a fan, fine. There's a better way to show your admiration for my husband. This lacks respect and tact." And I think somebody coming out to sun you, especially like the person that you're offending, that's just like you can't come back from that. He shouldn't come back from that. He shouldn't say anything in response to that. I don't know who okayed the line. That's why I always thought too, like when you in a booth, right? When you're in a studio,
you have around at least 20 people.
Like, who the fuck is allowing you to say shit like this?
Yeah, at least if you say it, they gonna check you like, yo, I don't know about that. I don't know about that bar, man. You might need to change it. Like,
change that shit, nigga.
But who knows? He might have a bunch of yes men around him. You know, it's another thing too. You just never know sometimes.
Man, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, but Meek, you shouldn't have done that. And
then, like I said, like the whole Twitter fingers and everything that he's been on, like all Meek needs to do is shut up and just make music. Yeah. And I don't mean to like to be condescending like that. Like I know the whole shut up and dribble thing. I don't mean to say like, yo, you should only shut up and rap.
Right.
But every time you talk about something, it backfires on you. So I'm saying this like out of love for you. Relax, chill. Yeah. You don't need to patrol hip hop. You don't need to check people. Nobody's asking you to check 6ix9ine. Right. 6ix9ine is gonna die off on his own.
Right.
He's
like, take the word from Nipsey. Like, you know, let him do that clown shit, and you know, ignore that, and you know, watch it die out. Period.
I mean,
period.
Like we said, his first album when he came out it flopped.
6ix9ine.
Yeah, 6ix9ine's album when he came out flopped, and I mean, but I don't even know why you even like entertaining this shit, you know?
Right.
But it is what it is. It ain't me. Anyways, moving on. Brooklyn man arrested for $190K in a Chanel raid. What you want to do with that?
Yeah, we speed that up.
Speed that up. So what happened, real quick? So talk to him, man.
So a homie from Brooklyn went into the Chanel store. Soho. I feel like it's probably like in Soho, right?
Yeah.
It's probably like a few weeks ago, I believe it was. Maybe close to a month ago.
Right.
And it came with a few people, and they stole $190,000 worth of Chanel product. So, you know, they got away, doing their thing. I guess homie got on Instagram.
Dumbass.
Right, so they think they, you know, free and clear. Homie got on Instagram and said something like, I could open up a small boutique with all this product I got. And I guess the feds, NYPD, they got him.
Right, off that.
They got him off that, man.
I mean, they probably would have still got him eventually. But
yeah.
You just made it easy.
Yes, now, not even you doing something dumb like that. Like, now you made it easier for them to find your homeboys. After that, it's just like association. Like,
yep. And now it's going to come down to who's snitching and who's not and all this. And then, like why do y'all do it? Why do you do it for clout? Like, all right,
the Instagram
part.
You
going to jail.
Like, you could have just, like, after you got away, sell some off, blah, 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 you know.
Lay low a little bit, you know. Like, damn, man. They don't teach y'all how to be goons in the hood, man. Come on, bro.
Is this something with social media, like, where, like,
it's clout, bro.
People got to stunt?
Clout.
Yeah.
Unnecessary clout. Next one. So a person was shot. A Foot Locker employee was shot 6 times over sneakers. Want to speed it up or slow it down?
Speed that up.
Speed that up. So essentially, a couple of days ago, a person was shot. A Foot Locker employee was shot in Chicago 6 times, twice in each arm, and then twice in the lower back over sneakers. In broad daylight, the guy that shot him got away, which is how, like, you're in a mall, right, with security in broad daylight. I don't understand how you get away, but I guess you got a gun. I guess you can get away with that. But yeah, he got shot 6 times, sneakers. Bro. Like, over sneakers.
Senseless.
They haven't updated the health of the person that was shot.
Hopefully, good.
But they said back when this was reported that he was in critical health. So I'm praying for a speedy recovery for him. Sure. But Like, that shit is crazy to me. Like, we still killing people over sneakers. Like, we in 2021, bro. Oh, we still doing this?
It's nothing we talking about, too. Is like, yo, like, y'all don't even own these sneakers. Like, you know, Phil Knight and
fucking buy Jordan.
The shareholders are getting paid off for that. Yeah, like,
Nike buy the stock, man. Bro. Come on, man.
Smarten up, bro.
I remember back when the Concords came out.
The 11s.
Yeah. The Concord 11s came out. People was dying over them shits. And the Galaxy foams. And the Big Bang, the rookies. I was like, damn, yo, people are really dying over $200 pair of sneakers.
Yeah, we gotta stop that, man.
But it's also the businesses, right, that pump these prices up, and then the resale values pump up, and it's just like, man, I really want these shoes, but I can't drop $500 on these shoes. But then, like, whose fault is that? Right.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Next topic. We got
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Speed it up or slow it down.
Slow it down, man. You want to talk to them about it?
All right. So it was reported a few days ago that the well, never reported. So
the family came out.
Right, not even the family. So there was a police officer that was dying, on the hospital bed, and he wrote a letter stating how basically Malcolm X's death was held responsible by basically the FBI and the NYPD. They were the ones responsible for Malcolm X's death. So now there's a investigation going on into, figuring out if there's any validity behind that letter. So this officer, he's probably on his deathbed saying, like, how could I go out the right way? His way probably saying, let me just take off all these sins off of me, see if God could judge me a little better and, tell the truth. So probably that was on him heavy. If you're on your deathbed writing that kind of letter.
Right. You've been holding on to that for years. Damn. But yeah, I mean, I hope they do reopen the case and look at it.
Yeah, that's
especially like now during these times where serious, racial tensions are so high. I think this could be like a mortar for something bigger.
Right. It's serious too, because like, you watch I saw Judas and the Black Messiah, and basically the movie shows how like the police and the FBI actually in Chicago, they killed Fred Hampton, the Black Panther Party leader, chapter leader in Chicago. They killed him. That's what the movie was depicting. So it's, you could call it a coincidence kind of like, but I mean, you have like countless numbers of these things happening. Like something happens more than twice or three times, like it's more than coincidence.
Right.
So hopefully they get to the bottom of this and really find out what it is, and then hopefully the family could get some kind of closure too. Malcolm X family. He took away a husband. He's married. He took away a father. He took away a father figure to so much different people. Really.
Right, yeah, I mean that affected a generation, right? And it continues to affect us.
Yeah. Big time. Yeah. Because also too, like they, it was said like the the Nation of Islam killed him because he spoke out against Elijah Muhammad. Yep. That was like the saying for a while, So if we get to the bottom truth of it,
What do you think will be like the lasting impact if it was to come out that the FBI had something to do with his death? It'd be monumental.
Yeah. Yeah, I think too, like it will definitely heighten Malcolm X's legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
Really, like he's already a legacy figure. And I feel like it's definitely just heighten it so much more. Because in movies I've saw, like even with when Denzel did, the Malcolm X movie, like it showed like people in Nation of Islam shooting him like, yo, what's in my, like, yo, get your hand in my pocket, whatever. So on what I've read and seen, I'm not seeing what I've read from other reports, from the autopsy and stuff like that. They say Malcolm X was actually shot from a higher altitude. But they say that the Nation of Islam people shot him. So showing that if they if he's on a podium, whatever, and they shot him up, right? They said that actually the FBI gave them blanks to make it seem like it would, but somebody was on the balcony and shot him You know.
Wow.
So yeah, and it was said that they rented out the theater where he was giving a speech out, you know, a few weeks before he gave the speech. So it's it's a big conspiracy that, you know, a lot of people just want the
truth, man.
The truth to come out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hopefully they'll reopen it, and this will shed some light on those things. And like we said, it'll have a definite lasting impact, right? Anyways, moving on. Tiger Woods.
Speed it up or slow it down.
Let's speed that one up, man. So if you guys haven't heard, Tiger Woods, pro golfer, was in a car accident recently, where it was just him driving alone. He's the only person that got hurt, and he has compound fractures on both of his legs. Yeah. So in his ankles as well. He has a concussion as well. So he experienced the worst out of that accident. Thankfully, he is alive. He's in stable condition right now. And it was reported that he wasn't drunk or anything like that. He got into an accident previously a couple years ago because he was intoxicated.
Right, going through a divorce with his wife.
That was a rough time. You know, nobody really talks about that.
Yeah.
The shit that was coming out back then about him. Damn, bro. I didn't think he was ever gonna come back from that, but he did. And I hope he comes back from this as well. Because he's been such a legend.
Yeah, at least when he crashes by himself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he crashes by himself with
Dark
a car.
humor.
You know, if he not like, you know, getting nobody else hurt, but
yeah. But yeah, I mean, just wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't think we'll see him again golf, based on the injuries that he has.
He already had back injuries.
Right.
Stuff like that, so.
He was already older. And his son is a beast. From what I've been hearing on SportsCenter and things like that. But yeah, I don't think we'll see Tiger Woods golf anymore. Hopefully we see something, but I doubt it.
Let's see what we got next. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's divorce.
This my man's.
You gonna speed this up or slow it down?
We gotta speed this one up, man, because this is gossipy. We don't do gossip here.
You're right about that.
But yeah, so Kim Kardashian West filed for divorce from Kanye. And it sucks, man. It's, I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it, because I guess I'm a little biased. I'm a Kanye fan. But shouts to Kim Kardashian though for staying in that man's corner, because I know
difficult.
For sure, like he's not easy to deal with. And often when you have like that type of, you know, success and the way he is, and you just know he's not easy to deal with. I feel bad for the kids. They got 4 kids together.
Yeah.
But I think the kids will be fine, because the family, Kim's family, is very supportive. I think.
You know, they hopefully, you know, they're going through the divorce. I mean, hopefully they don't get divorced. Hopefully they could, you know, work it out. But if they do get divorced, you know, hopefully it's best for them individually and their family. I don't know.
The selfish part of me is hoping that this is good music. Some good music come out of this, because a good label compilation again. But yeah, I hope that some good music comes out of this, because good music is often bred from
hate. I mean, not hate,
trauma, pain. Yeah. And I know he's going through it. So I mean, hopefully. Next one is a pro Call of Duty gamer named Soul was murdered. What you want to do with that one?
Speed that up.
So yeah, the story goes, a Brazilian gamer, Call of Duty mobile gamer, she was murdered by another professional gamer. So she was talking to this male online that was also a Call of Duty player. They were talking for like a month, I think, from what the article reads. And he came to her house and killed her. That's crazy. There was no motivation there's no motive that was brought out so far.
Homie just probably like her, and he didn't know how to talk to her.
Right.
So he just did that. Like, that's how, like, some guys who have no confidence at all, like afraid to talk to girls, like they'll do dumb stuff like that. And I hate that this happened to this female.
Right.
You know, because she's probably just playing games, like, you know, they're probably in isolation, you know, social distances, whatever the case may be. Things are, like, you know, closed down. They're probably playing games online, and he got hyped to, you know, have a girl playing online with him, right. And he probably liked her. He didn't know how to talk to her, and this is what happened. Like, which sucks.
It's fucked up. And then the most fucked up part about it is, while he was killing her, while he was stabbing her, he was recording it.
Dummy.
He recorded it and then sent it to other gamers on WhatsApp. So he was recording it and then sending to that shit. Can you imagine getting a fucking video like that to your phone, bro? What the yo?
Like, though, you just told it. Like, though, you just told it yourself. Like,
right. And the fact that you actually take the time, like so it was brought out that it was premeditated. So he knew he was gonna kill her.
He just spent his life in prison.
Like,
are we done with this clown?
I don't get it. We talked about Meek already. Last one, Jay-Z.
Jigga Man.
Jay-Z. What you want to do? Slow it down? Speed it up?
Let's slow it down.
I think this ties into everything that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it was the money. Yeah. Ownership, really. So
what did Jay do?
Yeah, so Jay-Z, think back in like 2006, like actually before that, they had like the Cristal. Remember, like him, Dame,
Cristal.
Getting the Cristal bottles and buying it, put in music videos, pouring champagne all over the place, et cetera, et cetera. And the owner of Cristal basically just came out and said, like, yo, I don't want y'all, drinking my bottles and, representing that kind of way. Mm-hmm. And, Jay saw it as like racist, really.
Right.
They feel like it was racially motive behind his statements. And, they said, you know what, like,
fuck this shit.
Yeah, fuck that. Like, instead of me spending my hard-earned money, giving you free promo, put you in music videos that millions of people gonna watch, and millions of people gonna buy my music and stream my music, XYZ, and, eventually buy your bottles, like, nah, you know what? I'll make my own shit.
Get my own lean.
Right. So, Jay-Z got the Ace of Spade, champagne. He got it for $30 million. So in France, in Champagne, France, he bought like his own distillery. He bought his own, so he has a whole thing, the whole infrastructure.
He went in
to make the champagne. Yeah. And congrats to Jay. Like, a few days ago, LVMH, which is a company that owns Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Moet, Fendi, whole bunch of brands right now. Sephora, the list keeps going. I can't remember all of them right now, but I think Dior is one of them too. Like, they own a bunch of brands. They actually partnered with Jay-Z and got like a 50% stake in the company. So that's gonna that's big.
Right. How much is that 50% worth?
I think it's about $400 million.
Mm-hmm. There's no exact number.
If I'm not mistaken. Nah, they ain't come out with the numbers yet, but they're gonna come out with the numbers for sure. But a lot of analysts are saying about $400 million. So, like, he
wasn't rich enough, bro. He wasn't rich enough.
It's really showing you the hustle too. Like, yo, this man said, you know what? Like, yo, you gonna shove me and, tell me not to, have your bottles, XYZ, you don't want me drinking your bottles. All right, cool. I'm gonna start my own shit, and I'm putting my videos. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's like vertical integration. Put my own bottles in my video, drink my own bottles, own my own shit, and
then when I'm done, I'll sell half my shit for $500 million.
That's big, yo. That's big.
Come on.
And anybody want to talk, shit about that? Yo, why would Jay-Z sell 50% of his stake in his brand? Like, you think about Facebook, right? Mark Zuckerberg, right? He only owns 11% of Facebook.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Bill Gates, he started Microsoft. He owns less than 10%.
Right.
Of Microsoft. But these if you want to say the faces of these brands. So, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So, big up to Jay-Z on that deal, man. That's definitely good for the culture.
Mm-hmm. And just continuing to circulate that black dollar. And he's been doing that for decades now. So
he's been preaching that too. Him and Nas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of them. King's Disease was a great album. 444 was a great album. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about how petty Jay is real quick? You brought up Nas. I think because they were both featured on the album, the Black Messiah. So they were both featured on that soundtrack.
The soundtrack for Black Messiah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think Nas was planning to drop an album and then Jay dropped that single with Nipsey on the same day that Nas is dropping.
He's been doing that though.
Yeah, he's been doing that. That's what makes it like petty, because he did that a couple years ago.
When Nas had dropped the Kanye produced album.
Yeah, and then
I think it was Nasir, and him and Beyonce dropped
that surprise album that nobody fucking knew. But yeah, I was just like, what the yo. I don't think he's done that previously before too, where he's dropped like singles. Yeah, he's done it
a few times. Yeah.
So it's just like, but they've both said that it's nothing personal. Like Nas has said he doesn't find it personal at all.
But Nas has announced his albums. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Jay-Z just says,
"Come on, Jay, let Nas breathe, bro." Like fuck you. Hey, I was beefing
I still remember
90s.
Ether.
Good, man. Yeah,
I still remember Ether from the early 2000s.
Who you think? I mean, we talked about this before on the show, but who you think won that? Just off those two tracks alone. I'm still going with Jay-Z.
I'll say Jay-Z. Yeah, I think Jay-Z won. I mean, a lot of people say
I think Ether
Nas
was a
won.
better song.
You know, everybody say Nas won. You know, and you know what? Hell, you can give it to Nas, whatever. If you want to talk about the battle wise, but the war,
yeah, Jay-Z
won. Like,
I mean, look at it.
He signed him, and
2020 is hindsight. You know?
But that's not to say, you know, Nas is still the GOAT, the king in his own right.
Right. For sure. Yeah. So speaking about music, what's on your playlist right now, man?
Shoot, you put me on to that Jid song, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So
Susky, right? That's what
it's called. Yeah. How you pronounce it? Skiggy?
Ski, right? Something like that.
Bro. Give me one second. Let me look that up real quick. Skiggy.
But yeah, that's a good song. I didn't even know, like, you know, he had dropped that song, and you know, Jid is on Dreamville, one of J. Cole's artists. But yeah, good.
Yeah, so it was a song that came out yesterday. And I was looking at the name. I was like, what the hell is Skiggy? And I was listening to the song, and in the second verse, he was talking about the Tuskegee experiments, where the government was very dishonest to black community, infected them with syphilis, and didn't tell them about it for decades. And then even, I think they did tell them about it at some point, and they were still like hiding truth behind it.
Denial, yeah.
He was talking about that in his song, and I was like, damn, this is the shit. So I put him onto it earlier today, and he was listening to it. He loved it. I was like, yeah. So like Jid is always dropping music like that.
It's kind of like too, like where, you know, a lot of like black, Hispanic, you know, minority individuals, like they don't trust to take the vaccine because of, you know, situations like that. It's like kind of like mistrust.
That goes back to our original point, you know, when I asked you, are you planning on taking the vaccine?
Right.
You said no, and this is one of those reasons why.
Plays a role in that.
For sure, yeah, man. Can't trust them. But what else you playing right now?
I got this Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty, what's that? Put me on.
Pooh Shiesty is Gucci Man's artist. 1017. Pooh Shiesty, he's cool, man. I like his stuff. Yeah, he got some like trap to him. This is a cover right here.
That's dope.
He's he's cool. That's with him. Little trap to it, like playing that kind of stuff. You know, taking a shower, chilling, working out sometimes. We'll play some of that right now. So
yeah, I've been getting into trap a lot more lately.
Yeah. What's on your playlist right now?
Lyrics to Go Volume 2 by Coda the Friend. This just came out recently.
Okay.
And I'm a big Coda fan. He has a very I don't want to say boring, but it's a very like laid back vibe.
Right.
He raps the same way on every single track, but
Makes
the shit he's saying, it's just like really like intricate. So I've been listening to a lot of him. Young Thug I've been listening to a lot lately. Thugger. The Bar is 6, which is really dope. But yeah, I mean, like it's been kind of slow for music, like coming out wise. I thought this year was gonna start off hot. I thought Drake was gonna drop in January. We're in March right now almost. But nothing crazy has dropped this year so far for me. How about you? Anything?
Shoot, I'm just kind of waiting on some more stuff to drop, man.
Yeah, man. I got high hopes for this year.
Yeah, let's see.
Maybe second quarter. I don't know.
Let's see. So it's been 2 months. So still got a long way of music. Who knows? Kanye might drop a surprise album.
I hope so.
You know, who knows?
I feel bad for saying that, but I do hope that he comes out with some heat, because I think the last great album he dropped when he was having traumatic experiences was the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's right after his mom passed. So
that was hard.
Yeah, that was for me. That was his greatest album. But I don't know, man. Hopefully, he come out with some heat. Some heat for the winter, you know. Anything you looking forward to? Like anything specific?
Like music wise?
Yeah.
Shoot, I really want. I mean, we spoke about this like in other episodes before, like K. Dot, Cole, Jermaine Cole.
We've been waiting.
Audie Graham, Drake. You know, guys like that. To come out with some stuff. Also, I kind of want to hear like Schoolboy. Schoolboy Q. I know he dropped like 2 years ago, I believe it was. Yeah. Really, you?
Yeah, same. As far as like more like not known artists, like I'm waiting for Isaiah Rashad to drop. Jid, I'm looking forward to.
Right.
I think he's gonna drop an album this year.
Also, Pusha T.
Push it.
I want to push T album. Yeah.
I think he's working on it right now. I think it should be out
Yeah.
some point soon. I hope. We need some music, y'all. Shit, man.
Ross coming out with one too.
For real?
Yeah, richer than I've ever been.
What? Okay. All right. He gonna have some crazy features on that. For real. But yeah, man. Episode 5.
Episode 5,
man. Slow it down. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. And we just started a Patreon.
Right, the Patreon. So that's the Proud to Pay program. Where you guys could, definitely leave a donation, support black media. Really, like, I know we're small right now.
Right.
But, we're like a black media
but
company. I won't say company, but like,
we're a company, man. Yeah. But it goes back to what you're saying, man. Circulate that Black dollar.
For real.
Help us grow. It definitely will help us grow. So we can get better equipment. We can get more guests. We can get, a longer reach.
Right.
Where we can bring people from the music industry.
Right.
And definitely like have them, be a part of our interviews and stuff like that. And we definitely have some episodes coming up. With them, like I mentioned, some superstars that we're looking forward to bringing up and coming, man. But yeah, if you want to get on the show, please reach out to us. We would love to interview you guys if you guys want to talk about, man.
And if you want to promote some things, like we definitely all for that as well. Like
you got any black clothing?
Try to help each other, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, man. Let us know. We'd be glad to help you guys. You can help us out. We good, man. It's cool, man. Circulate this dollar, bro. Alright, man. Episode 5, dog.